Greetings everyone, and welcome to my review of IDW Sonic issue 18. I'll go ahead and place the spoiler tag here because things are crazy with this Metal Virus arc, and they're about to get crazier. For instance, last time, Eggman unleashed the virus on Seaside City, where the Chaotix reside. They tried to help the civilians get away from the Zombot horde. With some help from the infected Sonic, they were able to get a few survivors on board a restoration airship. However, the Chaotix did not emerge unscathed. Charmy going back for a partially infected individual they left behind ultimately resulted in him getting infected. Let's just hope another game character does not get this virus. We see Eggman's spaceship pouring more virus goo down below, this time on Flora Forest Village. Eggman's gloating out loud because Sonic is present, and both know there are friends of his here. Really trying to get under Sonic's skin, huh, Eggman? Between this issue and the last, Sonic was unable to find Charmy, although we were spared his complete Zombot transformation. He's hoping history doesn't repeat itself. This brings us to the long-awaited debut of Cream the Rabbit, her mother Vanilla, and Cheese the Chow to the IDW continuity. Also making a surprise appearance is Chocola the Chow, last seen way back in the video game Sonic Heroes. Wow. Cream and Cheese want to go out and help the village, but Vanilla wants her inside safe and sound, under the pretense of protecting their home, of course. Cream sends Gemerol, yes, I'm going to call him that, another game character making his IDW comic debut. On board the face ship, Eggman orders the Zombots to gang up on Sonic, but they don't. Why is that? Orbot points out that the Zombots have been responding less and less since the operation started. Uh-oh. Eggman speculates that spreading from exposure may have resulted in random viral mutations. He's not concerned as long as the virus continues to spread. He'll work out the kinks later on, despite Starline's fears of losing control. As Eggman goes off to eat, Starline once again is disappointed that Eggman is not living up to his expectations, prompting Orbot to point out the never-ending conflict of Sonic and Eggman. Sonic continues knocking Zombots away from the civilians and telling said civilians to head towards an area called the North Glade. That's when Gemerol arrives, targeting Sonic. From the robot's perspective, it makes sense. Sonic is infected, and by the looks of it, it's spreading fast. Sonic tries to convince him he can run it off, or perhaps let Gemerol absorb the virus into himself. The latter is impossible due to the virus's nature of targeting organic material, and Gemerol forces Sonic to do the former, or else he'll be eliminated. This leads to something that horrifies Cream. Not the Zombots, the fact that Gemerol is going to eliminate the Zombots. She rushes outside to explain to Gemerol, Sonic and the other Zombots are victims, don't blow them up. She brings up the events of Sonic Advance 3, how Gemerol once worked for Eggman, got damaged, and was repaired thanks to Tails, and is living with the Rabbit family in peace. She wants the Zombots to have the same chance to be fixed. Gemerol finally understands and alters his directive. Use non-lethal means to take care of the Zombots. Things get ugly as Zombots infiltrate the Rabbit household. Cheese and Chocola try to fight them, but they get infected in the process. Now, if you're a fan of Cheese or of Chow in general, you may not like what you're about to see. The last image of Cheese before full conversion is this. I assume he's saying goodbye to Cream and Vanilla in Chow speak. Well, thank you, comic. Not only did you make Cream cry, which is a big no-no, you potentially scarred her for life, if she isn't already from fighting big scary robots. Sonic returns from his run to clear a path so Cream and Vanilla can get out. Sonic gives Cream some much needed encouragement before she and her mother fly off to the North Glade, where another restoration airship awaits that will take them to safety. Gemerol briefly helps Sonic until the Hedgehog tells him to head to the Glade and make sure the ship the rabbits are on safely takes off. Sonic then contains the newly converted Cheese and Chocola. Yeah, the last thing he needs to deal with are flying Zombots. Good thing too, because he spots the ship flying away, presumably with the rabbits on board. Rouge contacts Sonic saying Eggman's en route to Sunset City and she could use some extra help. Sonic knows things will get worse if that city is converted and he heads off. We end this issue with the Zombot Chow busting out of their jars while infecting the grass. Lovely. They did it again, characters from the games becoming Zombots. Unlike Charmy, we see the aftermath this time. Poor Chocola. This is the first time we actually see him since Sonic Heroes, and it seems every time he appears, something bad happens to him. Whether it's being kidnapped by Neo Metal Sonic, or being turned into a robotic zombie. At least the two went down trying to protect the rabbits, who were thankfully spared this horrible fate. Though I imagine they're going to spend a lot of time in therapy when this is all over. Cream did show bravery when confronting General about not destroying the Zombots. They are victims forced to convert all organic life, and she believes they can be fixed. We all believe that, Cream. General's personality is more robotic than his previous appearance in the Archie comics. This may upset some people who have read the Archie comics, especially the post-reboot era, and were expecting General to have a similar snarky personality in this issue. I'm not as upset about this change given that this is a new continuity, but it is odd they're going with this direction. We can speculate the reason why. Maybe it's a Sega mandate, or perhaps it's something Ian did on his own accord. Who knows? Perhaps the answer will be revealed down the line. In a way though, General is still developing. Originally, he wanted to destroy the Zombots to keep the Rabbit family safe. It's only after Cream's speech and citing the events of Sonic Advance 3 that he altered his tactics to incapacitate the Zombots. He even apologized to Sonic about attacking him earlier. Good thing he changed tactics because we're reminded how resilient Zombots can be, as you see here. We got a new problem related to the freaks. They're no longer obeying Eggman's commands. I think many of us saw this coming. It's a cliche of zombie movies that feature scientists creating an agent thinking they have control of the situation, when in reality, they don't. As I said before, Eggman's not concerned. As long as the virus does its job of spreading out, he thinks he can fix the viral mutations later on. Yeah, it's that kind of overconfidence that leads to things going bad for the Doc. The incident with Chaos being a prime example. Starline's faith in Eggman is once again shaken. I think it's even worse than issue 14's portrayal. Justified because he's horrified about the Zombots running around without control, and Eggman's lack of foresight and concern about the problem. Combine that with Orbot pointing out the same old song and dance Sonic and Eggman go through, Starline's realizing he's not dealing with a tactical genius, but a Saturday morning cartoon villain. So, how long before he bails on him? Sonic's situation is more or less the same as last issue, though he almost changed during his confrontation with Gemerol. If the robot had not forced him to run, we would have lost Sonic at this point. The Hedgehog is under stress due to him losing Charmy, and vowed not to let another one of his friends fall victim to the virus. We saw how that turned out. I am impressed Sonic is not tired yet. Surely the constant running and fighting Zombots would tire him out, but nope, he's still in there. I wonder how long that'll last. Let me address something I skipped in the summary. Sonic encounters these two civilians, one of whom is jealous Sonic is hanging out with Cream and not them, plus they were trying to start a forest fire to prevent the plants from becoming infected. Sonic rightfully calls them out for this idiot plan, while at the same time praising Cream. There are a couple of examples of this near the end, when he gives her the "you can do it" speech after Cheese and Chocola have been converted, and when he sees her fly off with Vanilla. I think this is here to show, not any old schmo can hang out with Sonic and crew. You have to be competent, and it's not due to the fact that Cream is a game character. Tangle, despite being an excitable goofball, is competent. Whisper, who at first wanted to work alone, is competent. The random civilians with Wispins taking directions from Amy here, they were competent. I'm just saying, if you want to help the heroes, make sure your actions don't lead to something worse. On a meta level, this is a heartwarming moment. The two characters are actually OCs of two people from Venezuela going through some hard times. Their friend asked Tracy Yardley to include their characters in the actual issue, and he did, though one of them had to be altered because she was originally an echidna, and we cannot have any more running around if Knuckles is supposed to be the last one. Issue 18 is shocking, but it's a few levels below issue 17. It is hard to top moments like this. But the saga's not done yet, so we may encounter some more eye-popping moments. Next time, Sonic meets up with Rouge and the rest of Team Dark, yes, the complete team, in the hopes of stopping the spread of the virus at Sunset City. I don't know about you, but I have a hunch that they will not succeed. See you in issue 19. Only Sonic can prevent forest fires.